Hey, you math spectacular students out there. So, what a great day in math today. We're really going over the multiplication portions, and so want to make sure that you completely understand it. Please make sure that you are going through memorizing it. You got a multiplication chart today, and that you really are focusing on getting those memorized by October 31st. All right, so tonight, my class, we had odd numbers. I talked to Miss Jackson, and y'all were doing even numbers. So bear with me, and then I'll go back on another video to get those set up for you. Today is September 18th of 2018. And so let's take a look. My class, we did the first one together, and so we said that this one was a 7. 4 times 4 is 16, carried my 1. 7 times 4 is 28, plus my 1 is 29. And I regrouped that. 4 times 5 is 20, plus the 2 is the 22. So I now know that 574 times 4 is 2,296. All right, so let's look at this next one in number 3. Looks a little difficult, but then again, we're just finding the missing digits to see which is the factor that's multiplied by the other factor to give us our product. So if I know that 5 times 3 is 15, I'm going to regroup and carry my 1 here into my tens place. 5 times 7 is 35, plus 1 is 36. Now I'm going to regroup my number here. Now it's 5 times something plus 3 is going to give me a number that I'm going to have in the bring down to 8. Well, it'll be 8 here, and then I'll have a carryover. So if this is confusing you, what I want you to do is take your 5 times and start with your 1s. 5 times 1 equals 5. Now, if I added my regroup number, and so my regroup number is 3, if I added that to my product, my new answer would be 8. Well, look, I've got an 8 here. But does that work if I carried the 5 times 1 equals 6? No. Be careful, don't add. I had some students that were adding and not multiplying, so be real careful. Next, I'm going to go 5 times 2. That equals 10. Plus my 3 is my regroup number. So 10 plus 3 equals 13. No, because look, that's the 3 in that place value, and is that what I have over here? Not at all. So now, and this is not, okay, I want you to be real careful. This is not really the 5 times 2, because what place value is that? That's in the 100, so it's really 5 times 200, but I want to make sure I'm doing it this way, just so that you can have a better idea, but it's 5 times 200 plus the 300. That gives us the 1,300, and we were carrying it over. So now I have 5 times 3, or the 15, or 300. So 5 times 300, that's 1,500. But now I'm just going to do this one. Keep it simple. I don't want to confuse anybody, and I think I'm already doing it. 5 times 3 equals 15, plus my regroup. I'm leaving my zeros. That gives me 18, or 1,800. Is this 8 where we see it over here? Absolutely. So this 1, I'm going to carry over into my thousands place value. So I'm regrouping there. Now, 5 times 1 equals 5, plus 1 equals 6. So the missing digit that I have there is 3. So 3 is going to go here. All right, and so now my answer is 1,373 times 5 is going to equal 6,865. Okay. Number 5. I'm going to do the same concept. 9 times 3 is 27. Carry my 2. 3 times 7 is 21. Plus the 2. 23, 21, 22, 23. Carry my 2. 3 times what? Here. Plus my 1. So some of you have already figured it out, but I'm going to do this out. 3 times 1 equals 3. Plus my 2 is my carryover equals 5. And so again, this is my 3 times 100. So think of it that way, but I'm keeping it this way just for simplicity. So So this is actually 3 times 100. So it's 3 plus my carryover, and that gives me my 5, which is my 500. So the answer here is 1. So I have 179 times 3 equals 537. Let's look at the next one. On this one right here, it says I need to estimate, then find the product. Okay, so remember, let's start off with this one first on a number line. And here I have my 900, so I'm going to make that at the beginning. So my next whole number would be 1,000 because that follows right after 900. In the middle is 50, so it's 950. If I had 923, is that greater than or less than 950? I can hear you shouting out. You're right, it is less than 950, so it's going to come right around here. So this is going to be closest to 900. So 900, and I can do this horizontally or I can do it vertically or horizontally. So 900 times 4. 4 times 0 is 0. 4 times 0 is 0. 4 times 9 is 36. And so my answer is 3,600. Let's move over to the number 9. I'm going to do this one as a bell. So we talked about that in class today. This is at 1,200. The next whole number is 1,300. And in the middle, it's 50. So it would be 1,250. If I needed to place 1,238 or 1,238 between, do I put it between the 1,200 and 1,250 or the 1,250 and the 3,000? Okay, I already hear you. You're going to put it right here, so I'm going to just mark it around here. So this makes it at 1,200. So 1,200 times 4. 4 times 0 is 0. 4 times 0 is 0. 4 times 2 is 8. And 4 times 1 is 4. And so that's estimated to be about 4,800. Let's do number 11. Put this one on a number line. This is at 2,000. This is going to, the next whole number is 3,000. In the middle, it's going to be my halfway mark, so it's 2,500. Okay. Now, where would I put 2,831? Is that before or after? Is this greater than or less than 2,500? Greater than, right? So I'm going to put it about here, and that is 2,831. So that's going to be closest to 3,000. And so now I know that 3,000 times 3 equals 0, 0, 0, and 9. So that's about 9,000. Okay, so far so good. I wish that, I'm trying to set it up where I go actually live on YouTube, but it's like a process. So hopefully that'll happen soon. All right, number 13. Mrs. Sampson is buying new tires for her car. Each tire cost $129. Oops, sorry, I can hear y'all. I can't see it. All right, so remember last Friday I had a flat tire. So this is kind of something I went through, but I didn't buy 4 tires. I only bought 1 tire and had the other one repaired. So so Mrs. Sampson's going to be buying 4 tires. So I know, so Mrs. Sampson's our character, and she's going to be buying tires for her car. Each tire cost $129. Now the question is what's the total cost for 4 tires? We want to estimate and then solve. So what is the total cost for 4 tires? So I want to bullet out each tire costs $129. Now we want to know what the cost is for 4 tires. How many she's going to buy. See, Mrs. Sampson's buying 4 tires. Okay, now instead of, let me move this up here so you can see it. So instead of writing out the question, I'm going to put my question just to a sentence. So the total cost, the total estimate for buying, oops, wrong buy, 4 tires is, or you can phrase it, the estimated cost for buying 4 tires, or the estimated cost to purchase 4 tires is. So whichever one's going to work best for you. So the same thing, I know that my operation is going to be multiplication. So my operation is multiplication. And now I need to estimate. 129. So I'm going to put it on a number line. I have 100, 150. Oops, you can't even see that. So sorry. So there's my, I'm sorry about that. Taking a sticker off my table. I mean, not 150, 200, and then one in the middle is 150. Okay, so you got that so far? And if you need to pause it, go ahead and pause it. Okay, glad you're back. So I have 129. Where's 129 going to go? Is that going to be between the 100 and the 150, or 150 and the 200? Which one is this going to go in? Yeah, you're absolutely right. It's less than 150, so it's going to go about right here. So it's going to be it's going to be estimated or get closest to 100. So now my multiplication problem is going to be, I'm going to move it over here because we're not working on 14, is 100 times 4 equals, so it's going to cost her about $400. Okay? So I'm going to put my decimal, 0, 0. So it's about $400. I can add my 0 and 0 there as well. Okay. Again, if you need to pause it, go ahead and do so. While you're doing that, I'm going to move this here so that you'll have an opportunity of pausing and then writing it down. If you have any questions on it, please make sure that you put on another sheet of paper the type of questions you have on it so we can get that answered tomorrow. Now I'm going to flip over and I'm going to get my other page. Number 15. Now 15 is, a baker sold 1,246 cakes in November. He sold 3 times as many cakes in December. So how many cakes did he sell in December? What do I know? A baker bakes a lot of cakes. Well, in November, this is how much he sold. Well, when it came to December, he sold 3 times as much. So now I'm going to, it wants to find out how many did he sell in December. So I'm going to bullet my important information. And you see how I've underlined? Make sure that you have done so. Sold. I think this is just coming right down. I'm so sorry. I'm going to do it this way, and then I'm moving it forward. Okay. Sold 1,246 cakes in November. Okay. Now, in December, he sold 3